We're set for Sunday afternoon baseball from Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland. Today, the finale of this three-game weekend series between the Boston Red Sox and the Cleveland Indians. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Dak McAllister gets the starting assignment for the Tribe in this one. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, Matty, last year he was really solid, close to 20 wins. This year, I expect a lot of the same.
Into the box is the leadoff hitter Shane Victorino, and we are just about set to get this one underway.
Center fielder, number 18.
Underway now in the Sunday finale as the game's first pitch is taken for ball one. Eric, this Indians ball club, as they begin play here this afternoon, it's been a promising start to the new year as they've taken 3 of the first 4 contests.
And that includes winning the first 2 in this series, so they've had it going lately. They'll look to put a capper on the weekend with a sweep here.
Swing and a miss. Little too anxious there. 1-1. Temperature about what you'd expect for this time of year. 56 degrees at first pitch. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Ripped on the ground to first. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there's your first out of the ball game. With that, here's a look at John Farrell's Boston Red Sox. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, there's not a lot of guys that have the talent and determination of Dustin Pedroia. He does a lot of things right at the plate. He takes the simple approach, and it tends to pay off.
Dustin Pedroia will stand in, and you see the average there, up over 300 to start the new season. And a good pitch on the inside corner for strike 1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And here's one that misses to Pedroia, and the count evens at 1-1. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Mike Fillmore.
And Fillmore usually gets high praise from most people for his command of the zone. He will occasionally give the pitcher just a little extra off the plate if he spots it well, though.
1-1 pitch is a circle change. It hits the target. 1-2.
Very patient here to start the at-bat. Maybe even a little too patient because now he's down 1-2.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get anything better than that to hit.
Now this pitch sails up and in, and that leaves him muttering to himself. It's ball 2.
Huh. Safe to say, guys don't care much for that location. That'll get you riled up the plate, no doubt.
Now a swing and a miss on a pitch well out of the strike zone as he becomes the second out. And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at how the Tribe stacks up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, Matty, Yan Gomes, he's behind the plate. Yanimal, that's what they like to call him. Very good back there. Not only does he have the good physical attributes, but he's very good at calling a game, kind of leading his pitching staff. We'll see how he does in this one.
Cut fastball taken for strike 1.
0 for 3 yesterday, 0 for 4 on Friday. He could use a good at-bat here.
Just underway here in Cleveland. Off-speed pitch, and this one runs in and nearly gets him here.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. He's lucky that didn't hit him.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. 2 out, nobody on. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3. Now a foul tip held onto behind the plate. Nice work there to get the punch out, and the inning is over. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Red Sox nothing. Tribe coming to bat. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Danny Salazar will be the starter for the Bo Sox in this contest. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, this will be his second start of the season. In his first start, he already got himself in the win column. He'll be looking to add to that here.
Jason Kipnis comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading up for the Tribe, second baseman, Jason Kipnis.
Into the seats, 0-1. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Shatters the bat as this is hit on the ground. To his left. Guile throws in time, and that's out number 1. Time now in Cleveland to take a glance at the Tribe's starting lineup. Anybody catch your eye, Eric?
Well, Matty, one guy to keep an eye on is the Panda, Pablo Sandoval. He doesn't let the pressure of the big moment get to him. He knows how to stay within himself and come through in the clutch.
Francisco Linder will stand in, and as you can see the big number there, he's up over 400 to begin the campaign. Into the windup and the pitch. And a feeble swing that time. It's 0-1. Now these Red Sox entering play here this afternoon, EK. They come in looking to turn things around as they've dropped 2 straight.
And that last loss was one of those games that you hate to lose. It really could have gone either way, but for our sake.
Oh, what a stop at first. He goes to first. Got him.
Whew, no problem.
Batting third, right
On a
fielder,
ball hit like that, if you're the pitcher, you're thinking, oh, base hit. But not this time. What tremendous defense out there. Great diving stop, makes the play and gets the out, and the pitcher acknowledges it, and he's happy about it.
Here's Bryce Harper now. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
And that's not a bad spot. Just go ahead and stay out there. Don't come down the middle because we know he can hurt you.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. In there, and it's even now, 2-2. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2. What's the call here?
I still don't think I throw him a strike. There's a good chance that he's going to be chasing something, expand the zone, so you make him show you that he can hold back.
Hit sharply on the ground to the left. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit.
First base runner of the ball game now for either team comes with 2 outs here in the home first. Now, with the cleanup guy due next, things all of a sudden could get a bit interesting.
Andrew McCutchen will stand in now. 0 for 4 in that day game yesterday.
You know, guys, we all know that those kind of games are going to happen in this sport. It's a tough game out there, no matter who you are. But the good ones are able to put that day behind you and go out and focus on the next game.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one.
And, you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
There's a fastball pretty close that time, but ruled a ball, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. A runner on first with 2 away. Slapped hard the opposite way. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
That's got to be encouraging for these guys so far. They're facing one of the tougher guys around, and that's 2 hits now here in the first inning, and that ball was smoked.
Michael Brantley stands in trying to make it 3 straight 2-out hits. He's got a runner in scoring position at second.
And you know how good hitting can prove contagious in an inning. Let's see if he can keep it rolling.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Hit hard back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit around third and being waved on home. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
This team's got plenty of guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark, but 3 straight singles will do the job as well.
Santana.
Striding into the box, Carlos Santana. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here in the first, that could really go a long way against a guy like this.
Looking to minimize the damage here. Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Dominguez going back on it. Gone. A fence scraper, but still good for 3 runs. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field. As the Indians continue to pull away, it's now 4-0.
Well, you figure it's only a matter of time till this guy gets going. That's his first home run here on the season, and you can bet it ain't going to be his last.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And standing in now, the versatile Pablo Sandoval. Here comes the first pitch. Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
Now a ball hit fouled off to the right side, and that just about got the first base coach. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Here's a ball lined into left center, and that's over the head of Bogaerts at short for a base hit. Around first, heading for second now.
And things have not come as easily for him as they did the last time he took the mound. He's already given up more runs in this first inning than he did in his entire last start.
Vladimir Valentian will dig in now. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest. Here's the first pitch to him. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1.
Well, he's really had to work hard here in this first inning. You got to wonder, how much is that going to take out of him?
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And you kind of wonder if he's learned anything out there. There's another pitch right down the middle. I think he's lucky that that one didn't get hit a long way.
Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. Strike 3, and that'll put an end to a big inning. But 4 runs score in the inning, 3 coming right here on the 3-run home run. Second inning coming up, and the Indians have taken a 4-0 lead. Yoenis Cespedes will stand in, and he wasn't much of a factor yesterday as he took an 0-for-4 in the loss.
Well, when you have a rough day at the plate, it's all about letting it go. You can't dwell on it for too long.
And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Well, you got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound. His guys got him a 4 spot to work with in the first inning, so you got to figure he's going to be out there pounding the strike zone.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll flip onto first to record the out.
And as a pitcher, you always have to remember that once you let go of the pitch, you've got to become an infielder. Here's a guy that fields his position well, so he's in great position to spear this thing and then get the easy out at first.
Alan Craig will stand in. He's got that average pushing up near 300 to start the new season. First offering on its way. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
Whether you like it or not, now that you've seen what the strike zone's going to be like, you're going to have to make an adjustment.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
He's found a pretty nice rhythm out here early on.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. Alfredo Dominguez will be next. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Line to the right side. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night.
Batting 6th.
Well, this ball's hit pretty well, but this is a nice play out there to play the carom off the wall and then get the ball in quickly, and that's going to hold his man to just a single. That's a nice play.
Standing in now, Alfredo Dominguez takes this the other way to right, and that'll get down for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Now after the big inning your ball club just put together, you can't let them respond with a big inning of their own. But here they are with 2 on now and trying to answer right back.
Yu Guile will stand in, and he was among the many who failed to record a base hit in the loss yesterday.
Yeah, not really a great performance for him yesterday, but that's just part of this ball game. You have to know that those rough ones are going to come up and bite you every once in a while.
One there, on to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. We're back with more on a Sunday afternoon following this. Will step in to lead it off for Cleveland. He'll be followed in the order by Jason Kipnis.
Well, guys, they jumped out to that big lead early on in this game, but you really can't get comfortable. You have to keep putting pressure on.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line towards center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning.
Boy, the hits just keep on coming here. You see the highlighted column right there. That's 6 against him already, and we're just in the second inning.
Back to the top of the order now, and standing in now, the power-hitting second baseman, Jason Kipnis. First pitch coming. Here it is. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
If he would have swung at that, he would have never heard the end of it.
Chop foul right at home plate at strike 1.
You know, some of Jason Kipnis' teammates affectionately call him Dirtbag because he has a habit of giving his body up and getting his uniform dirty on every play. And you got to love a guy like that.
A bare-handed pickup. Excellent effort, but no chance to make the play at first. That's a base hit.
Up next for Cleveland, the shortstop.
Stepping in, Francisco Lindor, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
And you know, guys, he's not quite as successful when he's batting left-handed in general. He tends to have more success from the other side.
He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Showing bunt, but he winds up taking ball 1.
And even though he's given up his share of hits so far, he still hasn't walked anybody, so at least he's got that going for him.
First and second here with nobody out. Trying to give himself up here, but this is foul, so the runners will return. Got him swinging on the split-fingered pitch, and that's out number 1. And with that, take a look at the Red Sox on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Yeah, Matty. Dustin Pedroia, for me, one of the best second basemen in all of baseball. Real grinder. Won multiple Gold Glove awards. One of the best hitting second basemen as well. He's a perennial all-star. Just one of the best all-around players in the game.
So runners at first and second here with one away, and that'll bring in a dangerous hitter indeed in the form of Bryce Harper. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Runners are at first and second with one away. Oh, tough to catch up when it's moving like that. One and one, here it is. And there's ball 2 now.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in a strike zone.
And that's in there above the belt, so it's even now, 2-2. Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. Drilled right back up the middle. The second for one. On to Napoli, and they get two here to get him out of the inning. One left for the Tribe. They lead it 4-0. Back from Progressive Field as we're set for the beginning of the third inning here on the show. Christian Vasquez will lead things off here for Boston. Xander Bogaerts due to hit next.
Well, you know, they've fallen behind by quite a bit in the early going here, so they need a good inning here to get them back in the game.
High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball one. Who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike.
Wow, what a good time to take something off of that pitch, and they had him fooled pretty good on that one.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Lined back over second, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. So with the leadoff man at first, time to jump back a half century or so as we call on today's version of this date in baseball history. Now to the plate, Xander Bogaerts, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And here's a fastball called for strike one. Nobody out, runner on first. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Well, they've been held off the scoreboard so far, but they are definitely knocking on the door now. You get the leadoff single followed by a double here, and they're in a good position to break through, maybe even with a big inning.
Here's Shane Victorino now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one.
And this is a big spot right here. You've got to get something out of this, even if it's just a run or two.
Hit hard to short. Linder is there. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
Well, this is a pretty hard hit ball, and I thought for a second that he might have had a shot at the plate, but he thinks about it for a second and takes the sure out instead, and that allows that runner to come in and score.
Dustin Pedroia gets a shot here as he'll look to pick up the second run of the inning now from third base.
And you know, he doesn't really have to do that much right here. With one out, there's a ton of different ways for him to drive that guy in.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Harper on the move, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Too high. 1-2.
And even on 1-2 now, you've got to expand the strike zone a little up there. You can't go down looking here. You've got to put this ball in play.
Now a pitch runs in on him here, and all he can do is flare one foul off to the right side. 1 out and a runner on third. And a slurve, but this is in the dirt for a ball.
Just did manage to catch that one with the last 2 inches of his glove. That could have been trouble.
He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Boy, at the very least, if you're going to go down swinging. That's a tough way to make a second out when you've got a runner in scoring position.
Here's Mike Napoli now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. The 0-1. I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
And with 2 outs, you want to make sure those guys earn that run. Well, don't let them score on a wild pitch.
2 outs here with a runner at third. They try to come in with the fastball, but it's too far in, and it's even at 2-2. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2. EK, where are you going now on 3-2?
I still got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
And he missed with it there. Ball 4. It's a 2-out walk with the runner still at third.
And that's not the first time he's had the bat taken out of his hands. You see right there, a lot of pitchers just said, hey, with an open base, forget about it. I'm going to let the next guy try to beat me.
Here's the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes. Now a ball crushed high in the air, deep to left, way back there, and that one is long gone. So a 3-run blast to straightaway left, as that'll pull him even at 4 apiece.
Well, we can pretty much go ahead and start this game over right now. You see where this pitch was on show track? He's not going to miss it when it's in that location. That 3-run home run pulls us right back to even.
The batter,
Here now is
5,
Alan Craig.
designated hitter, Alan
As the
Craig.
first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Well, that home run a moment ago, estimated at 425 feet. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Oh, that one got the pitcher. Safe at first. A good effort to recover there, and he almost made the play, but that's a base hit.
Good effort, though. That looked painful.
Alfredo Dominguez is the batter. Got a base hit in his first trip.
And everyone knows he's slumping right now, so we'll see if that got him going.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Some stirring now in the Cleveland bullpen. They'll get both a left-hander and a right-hander up and throwing. Now a first pitch changeup here. Too far inside. It's 1-0.
His pitch count has really spiked here in the inning. He's up over 50 already.
In for a strike. It's 1-1. Four runs here in this half inning. Ripped down the first base line, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. And that misses 2-2.
Boy, that's a good take there. I don't think I could have laid off that one.
Got him swinging in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, and we are tied 4-4. Andrew McCutchen digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat because you know he has big-time power.
Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
More trouble here to start off the third. And he's been in and out of danger already for these first few innings. And I think more in than out, really. And now he's got work to do to make sure that the 4 runs are all he allows.
Into the box now, Michael Brantley. He reached on a single in his first try. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Lifted the other way to left center. Cespedes arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. Happy to have you along here on the show on a fine Sunday afternoon as you take a look at our upcoming schedule for the week to come. Into the box, Carlos Santana. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Well, the last time that was a fastball, and it didn't really look like he got all of it, but the velocity of the pitch probably helped it a little bit, and he just snuck it out of here.
Pitch out, nothing doing. Runners on first with 1 down. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Running now is McCutchen. Pitches a cold strike to throw. And they will not get McCutchen here. He's in safely at second base.
Well, I think they had a feeling he'd be going, but you had to figure they weren't going to pitch out twice in a row, and he winds up taking second here and moving into scoring position.
Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. All even now, 2-2. One out and a runner on second base. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Cespedes is there. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
Boy, these are the kind of days where even I want to grab it back. Everybody in that offense is hitting the ball hard somewhere.
Coming to the plate now, Pablo Sandoval. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
He's set. Here it comes. Hit out towards second. There is Pedroia. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Indians leave 1. 3 innings complete. Strap in. It's still 4-4. Guile come in now to lead things off against our starter, who probably wishes he had a mulligan to use on that last inning.
Yeah, he was doing just fine up until the last time he took the mound. He's got to hope that that was just an aberration, or he might not stick around to see another inning.
First pitch of the at-bat. too high, 1-0.
And for that guy right there, this is going to be an important inning. He's already given up 4 runs through 3. And you know, they need to get a minimum of 5, hopefully 6 innings out of him. So he needs to show something right here.
Ground ball left side. There's Sandoval. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Yeah, on a slow chopper like that, that is the third baseman's ball if he can get to it. He's got the momentum going the right way towards first base. So he'll just cut right in front of the shortstop and make that play to first.
Into the box now, Christian Vasquez. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitters count here, 2-0.
Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1. Tight game here early on. 4-4 the score here in inning number 4. Chopped in front of home plate. Gomes scoops it up. Throw gets him. 2 down.
And he's finding the terrain much easier to navigate this time around. After that 4-run inning, this is a guy who needs a quick inning here, and he's 2/3 of the way home.
Digging in, Xander Bogaerts. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
You love to try to be able to get ahead of hitters, and he has thrown a first pitch strike about 60% of the time, but he's not throwing them in good locations, and that's why he's getting hit.
Fly ball heading for the alley. And this is going to find the alley as he might have himself his second double of the ball game. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double.
And he's doubling his pleasure already. 2 at-bats so far, and now 2 doubles. He's looking like he's seeing the ball pretty well.
Here's Shane Victorino now. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. He's at second with his second double of this young season. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. 4 runs, 7 hits. And no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Hit hard to the right side. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Danger averted following the 2-out double. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball after this. Vladimir Valentian is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Designated hitter, Vladimir Valentin.
First pitch on its way. That tails back over, strike 1.
You know, pitching coaches preach throwing first pitch strikes, and he's done that around 70% of the time today. So that's one of the reasons he's not doing well.
And he misses with it, 1-1. Inside and low, 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
And this is a nice job so far out of that number 8 hole. Taking some pitches, trying to get on, leading off the inning.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. Backhanded. And he'll throw him out from short right field. Nicely done for the first out.
Well, I think he's got the right approach right here. That's a fastball up, and it's on the outer half of the plate. He goes right with it and hits it hard, too, but he just couldn't quite steer it into the hole there, and it becomes a 4-3 putout.
Now in the box, Yan Gomes. He singled his last time up. And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. Not close. It's 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Nope. 3-0. Waiting his turn on deck next is Jason Kipnis. And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1.
And at the plate, he might have been told, look, you're taken until you get a strike. Not a bad idea.
No walks yet. Here's the delivery. Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2.
And against a guy like this, you're usually only going to get one pitch to hit in that bat. Sometimes you might not even get that, so that's one he may want back.
And he takes ball 4, so a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Wow, just a great at-bat right there. Simple as that. Patient, laid off some tough pitches. He was rewarded.
Jason Kipnis steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit hard on the ground to second. Pedroia has it to second for 1. On to first, and it's another double play. They're second in the first 4 innings as that one will retire the side. Dustin Pedroia will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, it wasn't working. But I think if you start worrying too much about trying to avoid the hat trick or worse, it'll start becoming a mind game, and you'll start falling into some pretty bad habits.
First delivery to him on the way. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. And here's one that misses to Pedroia, and the count evens at 1-1.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Trying to strike him out for the 3rd time. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Cutter, and it doesn't make it back. 3-2.
You don't want to lose the leadoff hitter here. Not when you got this guy on deck.
Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Hard hit ball to second, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
It's been a game of offense so far, so no surprise the leadoff man's on base again. So let's see what we've got in store for us this time around.
Mike Napoli will stand in now, the American League's Silver Slugger Award winner at first base a season ago. Now time is called, and this could very well be to buy a few more pitches for those relievers. From the belt, kicks and deals. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike one.
And he's going to get a visit from his catcher here, because even though he got away with that last pitch, it was right down the middle of the plate, nowhere near the target. And this is not the guy you want to start missing your location with.
Both teams with 8 hits in this one. And Napoli can't connect there, as that's by him for strike 2. Holds off on the slurve that time, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location, because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
Swing and a little tapper. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Right side hit hard. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And that runner will go no further than second, as there are 2 aboard now.
There you go. Back-to-back singles here to open up the inning, have him set up in a good position to break this deadlock.
Yoenis Cespedes strides forward to bat again, coming off a home run that plated 3 scores in his last appearance.
Well, that was a fastball that he hit then, so we'll see if they go after him with hard stuff again.
Now here comes the Cleveland skipper up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And he's going to motion for the bullpen, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll make his way to the dugout here, as they'll turn things over to the bullpen from here on out. Brian Shaw is going to take over here in inning number 5, as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here.
Shaw.
Yoenis Cespedes will be his first test out of the bullpen, and it'll be a tough test indeed, as he'll face him with 2 on and nobody out here.
Well, I think he's already had a pretty good week in this game already. 3 RBIs in this one.
changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
And you can bet they'll pitch him carefully with a couple guys on base.
Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2.
Yeah, that's a great pitch on 1-2. You started in the zone, and hopefully you'll get that guy thinking he needs to protect. It turned out to be a good take.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. Brantley moving to his left, one down. It's fair to say that early on, at least, the runs have come in bunches here this afternoon. A high-scoring affair thus far, and we're only in the 5th inning. Alan Craig will be the batter. Couple of singles to his credit thus far.
Well, 2 singles isn't necessarily an eye-catching performance, but hey, I'm sure he's feeling just fine about it.
Sends that one out of play for strike one. Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
Now, he's probably lucky he didn't make contact on that one.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Oh, classic strikeout pitch there on 0-2. It's one he loves going to, but great recognition there at the plate to lay off.
And he'll try to entice him with the changeup here, but it dips below the knees. It's 2-2.
And again, they try to take him down in the strike zone just to see if he'll go after that pitch below the knees. But with 2 strikes, he's been able to lay off that thing now twice in a row.
A little bouncer, but it gets foul.
Just finding a way to stay alive up there.
The 2-2 pitch. Tried to get him with the cutter, but it's a full count, 3-2.
Wow, what an at-bat he's having right now. He's fought off some tough pitches. He's laid off a few pitches like that one. And now he's worked his way back to a 3-2 count.
And he misses with it, ball 4, so that'll load the bases, and now he's really going to need to get a ground ball.
Well, we knew he had to work carefully with the runner in scoring position, but I don't think a walk was what he had in mind. That's going to make things just a little trickier now with the bases loaded.
Alfredo Dominguez will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. He's ready now. The pitch hit hard to the right side, and that's through into right field for a base hit. In to score is the runner from third. It's a 5-4 game.
Third baseman number 13,
Yu Guile will step in. A ground out victim his last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Now time is called, and this could very well be to buy a few more pitches for those relievers. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. Hard liner toward short, but he gets back in time, safe at second base.
Oh, tough break right there with the bases loaded. He made good contact on that pitch. Great contact, really. And he waffled this thing. Unfortunately, he hit it right at somebody, or that might have been 2 runs. The old dreaded atom ball.
Stepping in now, Christian Vasquez. lays off 1-0. And he's got to be careful now that some of these borderline calls don't get him started going downhill.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really easy to dwell on those, but you have to keep looking forward. It's not easy, but you've got to do it if you want to have success.
1-0 pitch on the way. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. 5 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Now the pressure will really start to mount out there. That strike zone's going to feel like it's the size of a soup can right now.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him. He struck him out, and it could have been worse. The inning over with only a run coming across to score. Red Sox settle for just the one. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Indians 4. Leading off the inning, Francisco Lindor, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Here's a two-seamer inside to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Chop to first. Napoli's there, and he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Right fielder number 34, Bryce Harper.
So 1 gone in the inning now, and that'll bring in the right fielder, Bryce Harper. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. 1 out, nobody on. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. To 2-2 now. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2.
Not only do you not want to lose this guy, you got more trouble right there in the on-deck circle.
Hot shot to third. Throw on to Napoli takes care of him. 2 away now.
The center fielder number 22, Andrew McCutchen.
Andrew McCutchen digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. Sent on the ground out to second. Pedroia fields it cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Indians go down 1-2-3, and the deficit holds at 5-4. John Axford will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 44, John Axford.
Xander Bogaerts will stand in as he'll lead things off for the Red Sox in their half of the sixth. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
That thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Kipnis has it. Throw not in time, and he's in there with his 3rd hit of the afternoon.
Yeah. Give him 3 hits now for the ball game. This one's probably the weakest of the bunch, but I doubt he'll be complaining. I know I wouldn't be.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And here's the versatile outfielder, Shane Victorino. Runners off for second. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. A runner at first with no outs here. Lined hard toward right center. McCutchen is there, and he has it for the first out.
And this could have really got this inning off to a great start, but it finds the outfielder's glove out there, and that runner's forced to retreat back to first.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia.
Nope.
And he takes ball 1. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
Just missing here, 2-0.
Well, 2 very good takes here. You can see they're trying to get him to hit something on the ground, but he's going to make him bring something up.
Two 2-0 count. Here it comes. That one's more like it, he says. Back to 2-1 now.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Now a throw over to first and a dive, but he's back. Pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Brantley going back, and a leaping effort at the wall, but it's in vain. A home run. A 2-run dinger by Dustin Pedroia, and it's now 7-4.
Well, when you start relying on one pitch out there, and you become a one-pitch pitcher, there's no doubt in the hitter's mind what's coming. He's sitting on this one all the way, and he launches it right over the wall.
Mike Napoli will stand in now following the home run, and you wonder if that losing streak is about to go by the wayside.
Well, they're not home yet, but certainly this has been a much better performance than we've seen out of them for a while now. So all signs seem to be pointing to a potential victory.
Now time is called, and this could very well be to buy a few more pitches for those relievers. Matt Boyd is out from the bullpen now as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season.
Matt Boyd.
Mike Napoli will be the first one to greet him as he'll start fresh here with the bases empty following the home run. Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike one.
And these guys already have one home run here in the inning, and now you get to the real power guys here. So you need to be careful.
Chopped foul right at home plate. Too high. 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Had him fooled as he swings through the curveball. 2 down. And there's something he just may well remember for quite a while. His first big league punch out. I'm sure he's hoping it'll be the first of many, many more.
And you hear a lot of pitching coaches talking about pitchers letting their defense do the work. But the truth is, if you want to stick around in the big leagues, you're going to have to take matters into your own hands every once in a while, too. In this day and age, you have to be able to strike guys out if you want to be successful.
Yoenis Cespedes will step toward the box here, and as he does, we flash you back to inning number 3 as you check out his 3-run home run, a big blow early on. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Yeah, that's in a great spot, too. Just hard, late movement working down and in.
2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. So the Red Sox strike for 2 on the 2-run homer. On to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Red Sox 7 and the Indians 4. Michael Brantley will stand in to get things going for the Indians in their half of the 6th.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. High and away on the first pitch fastball there. It's ball 1.
Well, you know, if there's anybody in this lineup capable of getting a rally started, this is the guy right here.
Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
2 really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with 2 good takes.
Three and 0 now. On deck, Carlos Santana. And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. A barehand play by Bogaerts. Got him.
No way. That was awesome. And you know, sometimes these guys make it look so easy, you forget how difficult it is to make a play like that. Not only did he barehand this ball, but he also made a sweet throw on the run over to first base. So often you'll see a guy airmail or short hop a throw like that because of the bad grip you have on the ball. But not in this case. That's a nice play.
Carlos Santana will stand in, and as he does, we'll flash you back to the first inning of the ball game. A 3-run shot had him off and running right out of the gate. Had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Bases are empty, 1 man out. That's lifted the other way out to left. Cespedes is after it. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
And after a hot start, the bats have pretty much gone missing here in the middle innings. He sort of reinvented himself out there and has really turned things around.
So 2 are gone in the inning, and we'll get a chance to see the free-swinging Pablo Sandoval. Pitch on the way. Inside with the first pitch splitter, and it's 1-0. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. A ball and 2 strikes to count now with the bases empty and 2 away.
And now he's made most of the hitters inside conscious. And of course, that opens up the outside corner when he has to go there.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. This is hit the other way out toward left field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Tribe. They're on the short end of a 7-4 score. Back here in Cleveland, Red Sox on top in this one as we get set for the 7th. But first, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Alan Craig is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
And he's already been on base 3 times in this ballgame, so let's see if he can do it one more time.
Now here's the pitch. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Oh, and you wonder if maybe he decided beforehand just to take a pitch up there first. Too bad for him because that thing was right down Broadway.
The windup and the 0-1. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
It doesn't look like the nerves are getting to him so far. He looks pretty good out there.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Hard to do much better than this. I mean, here are the only 3 batters he's faced since coming on. Strikeout, strikeout, and strikeout. Boy, that is flat dealing there.
In now, Alfredo Dominguez. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
1 out, nobody on. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
And they may have found a location that they like right here. 2 different pitches, both taken on the inside corner, and now they can go just about anywhere they want.
And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind an account like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Ready on 1-2. And that's going to be high. 2-2 now. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Well, it looked like he had things in control to start him out. You know, now he's running from 0-2 to 3-2, and that last one wasn't even close.
Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Oh, and there's a drive to deep left center. You can pretty much forget about this one. This is way out of here. So a solo shot here to left center field, and they double him up. It's 8-4.
You just can't throw that pitch right there. That swing tells a story right there. I mean, he got all of that one. Remember, he homered in yesterday's ball game too, so he's riding a pretty good hot streak these past couple of days.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Into the box, Yu Guile. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. That home run a moment ago, estimated at 408 feet. Bases are empty, one man out. Lays off the circle change there, a ball and a strike. Up high, 2-1 now. The ball flying around the yard in this one, as you see so far there. Grounded to third. Sandoval has it. On to first, and there are two down.
The catcher, number 55, Christian Vasquez.
Digging in, Christian Vasquez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
And that was a huge strikeout at the time because there were two runners in scoring position. And it's never fun to walk back to the dugout knowing that you left RBIs on the table.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike one. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
Bases are empty here with two men out. A swing here on the fastball, and this will get fouled off to the right side. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Red Sox tack on one more thanks to the solo home run. Bottom of the seventh inning coming up. Get up and stretch. It's the Red Sox 8 and the Indians 4. Leading off the inning, Vladimir Valentian, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game, so just chip away, chip away.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Here it comes. And that's waved at and missed for strike one.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
A shot down the first baseline. Over to the bag is Napoli as he handles it himself for the out.
Yeah, doesn't look like much has changed here to start this inning either. That's 8 in a row now he's set down.
Yan Gomes stands in, reached on a walk in his last trip. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
And you know, when you've got a guy out there that's mowing you down, you got to start taking some pitches. I mean, he's tough enough as it is, but he's even tougher when you're helping him out.
One out, nobody on. Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
And even on 0-2, you don't want guys to get into a comfort level up there.
grounded to the right. Pedroia is able to get there. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
And you just get the sense that he's got it on cruise control out there now. Make it 9 in a row he's set down.
Jason Kipnis gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Now here's the pitch. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. Indians go down 1-2-3. They're unable to make a dent in an 8-4 deficit. Xander Bogaerts comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th.
Xander Bogaerts.
And that's taken for strike 1.
0-1.
And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2. And he wastes a fastball high there, 1-2. Grounded back up the middle. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. Visiting Red Sox on top in the 8th inning as you get a look at the line score to this point. Shane Victorino struggling so far in this one. He'll look to erase his 0-for-4 ball game with a base hit right here.
Oh, man, it's never fun to go 0-for, but let's see if he can find a way to climb out of it.
Couldn't quite pull that swing back. He went around for strike 1. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
And you know, sometimes when you're thinking fastball, you try to get moving just a little bit early. And that's a good job of recognizing off speed and then holding back on the swing.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Drilled to the left side. And just past his outstretched glove into left, a base hit.
Well, they haven't really needed him so far, but finally comes through here to wipe out that 0-for in his 5th try.
Dustin Pedroia will stand in again as we flash you back to the middle innings here. This was a big blow, a 2-run home run that really got his guys going. Pause, now the pitch. Now a fastball to start things out. Didn't miss by a lot, but it's 1-0. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
Called strike at the knees, 1-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. And he'll step off and fire to the bag. And the runner back easily. Running is Victorino. Pitch swung on and missed the throw. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
That is impressive speed right there when you can still steal a base on a slide step. Wow, that was nice.
Runner at second here with 1 man out. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball.
And against a veteran hitter like this, you got to be in that strike zone early in the count, because the more pitches he sees, the better he's going to be able to time anything you've got.
A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. He's ready. Now the payoff pitch. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4.
Well, that's okay. You would have liked him to chase on 3-2, but you had your base open here, so now you can really focus on getting yourself a ground ball.
Mike Napoli ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Trying to work that slider to the outer half, but it misses 1-0.
Now he's going to have to punch his way off the ropes now.
Some activity out in the bullpen now as a couple of left-handers begin to stir. Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees, 1-1.
And once he's seen that you've got a little loop in your swing, he won't be afraid to throw that pitch in a spot like this.
First and second now, 1 man out. Had nibbled the corner there, but missed 2-1.
And this hole he's digging on the mound, it's all his doing. He's got to be able to find the strike zone.
Slider can't find the zone here, and he's behind now 3-1. Well, as if things weren't bad enough, he's in danger now of loading the bases for that man.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever a sound strategy in anybody's book.
Turned on down the line, but a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Well, there it is. Hat trick, my friend. That's a 3rd strikeout of the game. You know, luckily, his guys are winning, so it kind of lessens the blow, but actually, not so much.
Here's Yoenis Cespedes. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1. And this pitch is lined softly here to the right side. Foul. 2 down, runners at first and second. And certainly no offer at that one. It's 1-2.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball.
Now this needs to be a strike here on 2-2, because if not, now all of a sudden the runners are off with the next pitch.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. We're back with more on a Sunday afternoon following this. Francisco Lindor digs in to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
Now the pitch. In need of a quick inning here, but he starts this one with a ball. It's 1-0. What do you guys think the plan is here to start the 8th inning?
Well, I'd bet they'll let him go until he gives up a base runner, and then after that, I think you've got to make a move.
Looked like a slider perhaps, but it missed badly, and it's 2-0.
Well, not close on either of these first 2 pitches. He's going to have to find the release point quick before he loses the leadoff guy.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Taking Old away that time. It's 3-1. Fastball in there. 3-2.
Boy, there's another one that's right there. I think both of those are mistakes, but he's not making them pay.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. And this is taken here for ball 4. So the leadoff man's on base to kick off the home 8th.
Yeah, that's a great job there of knowing your responsibility at the plate. You're down by a bunch here in the 8th, so you need base runners. That's a good first step.
Here comes Sox manager John Farrell on his way out to the mound. And a change is in the offing, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. 7 solid innings for him in this one as he gave his club a very strong outing indeed.
Now pitching for Boston.
New pitcher set to take over here, and we'll see the right-hander Junichi Tazawa. Bryce Harper will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
From the belt, the pitch. Here's a line drive. Caught at first by Napoli. And that's allowed out number 1.
Boy, and how they get out of this one with only 1 out on this play is a mystery. This probably should have been much more than that, but they can't wind up making the play.
Andrew McCutchen ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and you can bet he'd love to get himself that 3rd hit. Those are the kind of games that puts a little extra pep in your step.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. From the stretch. First pitch fastball in on the fists for ball 1. Runners on first with 1 down. Throw over to the bag. A dive, but he's back.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
Now a swing and a fly ball. Dominguez sprinting after it. And foul. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Throw over to first, and he just manages to get his hand in. And again a throw, and late reactions, and they got him.
Yet, no real excuse for this. I mean, you're down a bunch of runs. Why run the risk of even possibly getting picked off?
Oh, 2-2 now with 2 away, and the base is empty. Swung on and chopped to third. To his left, Guile, and 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Indians there. They're unable to make a dent in an 8-4 deficit. Ready For another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
The designated hitter, Alan.
And the pitch. And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1.
Yeah, and that's the swing of a guy hoping for a first pitch curveball right there. If he gets it, he hammers it. If not, he's about 3 feet too late.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Push to the right side. And a base hit, so early trouble to lead off the inning.
Oh, yeah, he's got that magic wand going now. That's his 3rd hit in 4 trips, all of them singles, and he's been a tough out all game long.
Alfredo Dominguez will stand in to try it again, already with 1 home run of the ball game, and on cue, there it was back in the 7th inning, a solo shot that provided quite a spark for these guys. Now a ball lined to the right side, and that's in there, base hit. And that run will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
And the rich keep getting richer. 2 straight hits to start the inning, and now they can really look to salt this one away.
Settling in now, Yu Guile. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Mark Zepchinski will come on in relief as he'll make his 2nd appearance of the season so far.
Mark Zepchinski.
Yu Guile will be his first test out of the bullpen, and it'll be a tough test indeed as he'll face him with 2 on and nobody out here. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Seared down the first baseline. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
First and second, you see the first baseman playing behind the runner. Now, if he's holding him, this might be a double play. Instead, it's by him down the line, and it's going to bring home a run.
Standing in now, Christian Vasquez, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1.
Now with 2 on, nobody out, you got to be thinking strikeout double play out there on the mound. One or the other is what you really need.
None out, runners at first and second. Hit hard back up the middle, and that is through into center field, a base hit. And this will not be close, and the run will score easily.
The shortstop, number 2, Xander Bogaerts.
Digging in now, Xander Bogaerts. He'll look to keep it going, 3 for 4 so far in the ballgame. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Oh, he had him fooled there. No balls and 2 strikes. Good arm action there, but this one misses, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, that's a good take there with 2 strikes. That wasn't an easy one to lay off.
And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. Scooped up. Kipnis on to first, and they turn the double play.
Now batting, center fielder, Shane Victorino.
So coming to the plate, Shane Victorino. Although there are a couple of bases open, and we'll see if they think about working around him. Pitch home to Victorino.
Nope.
A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. And he looks at a slider in there. 1-1. Men on third with 2 down. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there. And this is taken by Victorino to even the count at 2-2. High in the air out to center field. McCutchen is under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a runner left. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. The Red Sox lead it 10-4. Sergio Romo will come on here. Not a save situation, but he'll try to close it out nonetheless.
Sergio Romo.
Striding in to start the 9th, Michael Brantley, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you're facing a pretty big deficit in this game, so they need to start clawing their way back.
And he lays off there, 1-0. And he goes and chops this one out towards second. Reined in. Throw by Pedroia will be in time, and there's your first out.
The first baseman, number 4.
Carlos Santana strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Now the pitch. There's a fastball missing down and away for a ball. 1-0. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time. 1 out, nobody on.
That's ball
3-0 as that misses up and in. There's the Panda on deck. He'll bat next. That one's in there. 3-1.
Not often you'll see a 3-0 slider, but when you need a strike, any pitch will do.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Drilled right back up the middle. And that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
This is just a guy taking advantage of a good count to hit him. He's got a pretty good idea that he's going to see the hard stuff here, so he just gears up for the fastball and drives it right back up the middle.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Pablo Sandoval comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Oh, and that's a good fastball right there. He might have been thinking about protecting against that sinker.
Tap fouled at home plate. Two balls and 2 strikes to the former World Series MVP. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Left side. Pedroia on to first, and he rolls the double play ball to end it here as this ball game is over.
Yep, and one last double play here to end it. And that puts the capper on a good win for these guys, and they really played well.
Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
Yeah, just a great all-around game for him here. You'll see on the line score, 4 hits, including that big home run. You'd have to say he was instrumental in leading these guys to the victory.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head on over to theshownation.com. The Red Sox win it 10-4. So long from Cleveland.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game for the victorious Boston Red Sox: 10 runs, 18 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. For Cleveland, 4 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. The winning pitcher is Danny Salazar. His record is now 2-0.